So we could definitely see that things like the Metaverse and those very big projects like the likes of Decentralized, or even games like Fortnite or like, Minecraft, but actually have virtual land that you can now buy and invest in, could also be seen as a different sorts of virtual city that people are literally building and a community growing up around that. Although it should be noted that there's probably a split there too in terms of what part of the Metaverse is quite centralized and coming from the world view of gaming, and what part of the Metaverse is more decentralized and coming with the world view of crypto. Because those are two very different ideological communities. Games pay quite a lot for those virtual walls, actually for a safe space within which to play. Whereas the decentralized sort of community that's getting involved with literal projects like Decentraland, the clue is right there in the name, are seeing this in a much more sort of decentralized manner. So that's going to be interesting to see how the turf wars or the future geopolitics or realpolitik of the Metaverse as these very different worldviews that value things like freedom and safety very, very differently are bound to clash. And we're starting to see that specifically with the gaming communities, which are just as big as the crypto communities, but have a very different set of values and are in this space for a very different set of reasons. And they are essentially starting what we could actually see as being political movements to push back against, as they sort of see them, these sort of decentralized colonists that are coming in to monetize spaces that were purely for fun. Some of the sort of clues we can see there is that gamers are now rumored to be starting gamer unions. They say if you're going to force us to work, if you're going to force us to be part of this sort of play to earn whole demographic, then we want to be treated as workers, much like gig workers are. So if we thought that gig workers were like the first pushback against our sort of social contracts and how employees and employers work together, well, we're going to start to see the same thing about gamers. If they're not playing, if they're now earning, then are they not seen as some sort of a worker in this new digital city? So it's going to be very interesting to see how those sort of masters and servants and employee and employer and politician and citizen sort of dynamics play out in the virtual space too.